This is a hell of a movement, real talk, real life, real people. In fact, it's real law. No, if you ain't got a nationality, you stateless.
It's wrong. I mean, I was just, piggybacking on what you was speaking on, and to clear up, what you were speaking on with the color of law. If those statutes that the government that you surrounded by doesn't apply to you, then how would that be, your law? Or how would that statute apply to you?
You didn't hear what I just said?
Yeah, and I just said I'm piggybacking off that to say, okay, well, the person or the individual, which is myself, told you, okay, well, that's the color of law, meaning that, okay, the United States Constitution and so forth, it don't apply to me because that's not my law that I go by.
What law? So what law do you go by?
To I am, it would be color of law to I am.
Okay, what law do you go by?
The most American Constitution.
Which one is that?
Which is the organic Zodiac Constitution.
The Zodiac Constitution. You do know Zodiac mean little animals, right?
Come again?
You know Zodiac mean little animals. Zodiac mean little animals. So you saying you're a little animal, and that's your constitution.
A form that goes deeper than that. Okay.
Okay. Listen. Okay, so let's just go with your theory. So the Zodiac Constitution is your constitution? I'm very familiar. Okay, I just asked you. Okay, which constitution is that? Could you tell me?
Which is Article 6 of the United States Constitution.
Article 6 of the United States Constitution.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, now listen to me. Go slow, brother, so you can learn. Because you all over the place. Let me show you how you all over the place. Article 6 of the United States Constitution is Article 6 of the United States Constitution. Article 6 itself is not a constitution. It's Article 6 of somebody else's constitution. What is your constitution?
It's a law of plain interest.
You got the floor. What's the name of your constitution?
Does Article 6 of the United States Constitution have anything to do with the Moorish Treaty of Peace of 1776?
The Peace and Friendship Treaty. Okay, listen to me. We got to go slow. Listen to me. What's the name of your constitution of your government? What's the name of it? Now, I ain't say treaty. I ain't say treaty. What's the name of your constitution? This is the prophet words. Those that do not recognize the constitutional foe of a free national government will be classed as undesirables. You must have a constitutional government. If you don't, there's nowhere for you to live. He's saying it. He say if we don't have that, then there's no true place for us to live. So what's the name of your constitutional government?
Islam. What's the name of it? I'm looking to be enlightened. I said it was the Moorish American Constitution.
What is the Moorish American Constitution? Because see, it's a lot of Moors that say the divine constitution.
Law, common law is God's law. So yeah. I'm asking you in return a point of interest, enlighten me to what is our Constitution.
Okay.
Because it's our Constitution. It's not my Constitution. You see?
Okay.
Islam.
Okay, Islam. So now, listen to me closely. Everybody on this call right now is a Moorish American. I believe. Okay? I think. Okay? I ain't gonna say believe. I think. Okay? But every Moorish American that's on this call is not a citizen of the United States of America Republic government. Therefore, everybody on this call, Constitution is not the Constitution for the United States of America Republic. Okay? You got some Moors that are saying their Constitution and their government is the divine Constitution and bylaws of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Okay? And in just stating what it is telling you it's not a constitution for us as a people. It's the Constitution It's the divine constitution of the Moorish Science Temple of America, which is a religious organization. It's a religious organization, okay? But we, such as myself, guess what? The divine constitution and bylaws of the Moorish Science Temple of America is also my constitution on the religious side, okay? But as far as me being a state citizen, my constitution is the constitution for the United States of America Republic, which is a constitution formed by Moorish American people for our children, for our posterity, for our nation to get blessings, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You feel what I'm saying?
Islam, point of interest. Can you clearly speak? What is your divine constitution? You said it was your constitution. You said it was a divine constitution.
The divine constitution deals with my religion, being Islamism, and is the constitution that my prophet left to govern our temples by. That's why it's the divine constitution and bylaws of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Okay? Now, I'm a member of the Moorish Science Temple of America. And therefore, if I'm in the temple...
Everyone is not speaking. Mute your mics, please.
So therefore, when I'm in the temple, I am to obey. And when I'm acting as a Muslim, a Moorish American Muslim, those are the laws for me to obey as far as me being a Moorish American Muslim and being a member of the Moorish Science Temple of America. When I'm not in the Moorish Science Temple of America, don't get me wrong, I'm still a Muslim, whether I'm in the temple or out of the temple. So I am still to conduct myself according to the divine constitution and bylaws of the Moorish Science Temple of America as far as my conduct go, as far as me being a Moorish American Muslim. But when I'm not in the temple, I'm in a state territory somewhere on this continent, and being on in the territory of land comprised of many different jurisdictions on our land. As far as citizenship status go, my constitution is the United States of America Republic Constitution when it deals with my citizenship. Okay? So national,
so we have two constitutions?
That's right. And your rights are best reserved for you when you have two governments. When you have two governments, it best secure your rights and your liberties as each one of us as individuals by us having two governments. One of our governments is divine, and the other government is divine as well, but our other government deals with the state. So remember, it's two kingdoms, a heavenly kingdom and an earthly kingdom. Right now, we bringing the heavenly kingdom to earth. So guess what? Things can be done on earth as it's done in heaven. We bringing our heavenly kingdom is descending down upon the earth right now with this government. The government is established by God. The United States of America Republic government is a government established by Allah himself. Though a lot of people don't get that. They keep saying, hey, that ain't what the prophet bought. But then they turn back around and say Allah is the head of the divine national movement. If Allah is the head of the divine national movement, then let him lead. Let him lead. Stop getting in the way. Because this government is divine too, and has divine all through this state government. When you reading the literature, you know. We got a brother went to court. The judge say, I don't know how long you've been part of the religion you part of, but your religion helped you today. Guess what? He wasn't even in there talking about no religion. But because of the teachings of Noble Drew Ali and the lessons, and by me actually overstanding the divine side bleeds out into my state side. When anything I'm doing on the state side, you're going to see that I'm a Muslim. And that I follow the divine principles and standards that Noble Drew Ali left in that temple, which is for us to practice love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Guess what? I can't be free under somebody else's government. You can't be free under somebody else's government. You're not free if you're walking around with their license plates and their driver's license, and you still subject to their laws. You're not free. That goes against the divine principles that he left in place for us. Period. Ain't no getting around it.